What is up, everyone? Welcome to the very first episode of my channel, DeMarcus Game. I'm DeMarcus, your go-to guide for all things Skyrim. Today, we're kicking off an exciting new series called Skyrim Dungeon Chronicles. If you've ever dreamed of battling dragons, exploring dark dungeons, and uncovering hidden treasures, then you're in for a treat. We're diving deep into every dungeon in the game has to offer. Yes, every single one. From eerie caves to ancient ruins, there's a whole world waiting for us, packed with challenges and rewards. And let's be real, what's an adventure without a few mishaps? I can guarantee there will be plenty of those. So, whether you're a seasoned veteran or a newcomer to Skyrim, I invite you to join me on this epic quest. Together, we'll face our foes, gather loot, and maybe even crack a few jokes along the way. But first things first. We need to create a character who's tough enough to take on the wilds of Skyrim. Someone who can handle anything from a wolf ambush to a dragon attack. So, grab your potions, settle in with your favorite snacks, and let's jump into character creation. Our adventure is about to begin, and trust me, you won't want to miss a moment. I've decided to roll with the high elf. Why, you ask? Well, they get a sweet bonus to magic, and I'm all about slinging spells like I'm a magical buffet. High elves can really make the most of their arcane talents. Imagine casting fireballs while looking fabulous, like a magical supermodel. Plus, their racial ability gives me extra magic. That means more spells, more chaos, and definitely more chances to accidentally blow myself up. Now, here comes the fun part. I'm naming him Cheese. You heard that right, Cheese, because why not? A high elf with power of the arcane and a name like Cheese is guaranteed to keep things interesting. Just picture it, enemies trembling as they hear, "Prepare yourself to meet your doom at the hands of Cheese." I mean, who can take that seriously? It's like being threatened by a snack. Alright, let's lock in Cheese and get this adventure rolling. Our epic adventure in Skyrim with the most magical and amusing hero begins now. Alright, now we're fast forwarding through the part where my character's head is about to be cut off, and spoiler alert, it doesn't actually happen. So before we get inside, let's pay our little posthumous respect to my fellow cartmate, give him a proper farewell, Cheese style, you know. And then fast forward again through all this escape through Helgen.
No doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends.
I'm going with the Stormcloaks here because, let's be honest, their armor looks way cooler. Who doesn't want to rock that rebellious style while battling the Empire? Speaking of style, I'm going to borrow some clothes from this unfortunate fellow. Sorry, buddy. Now you're just a naked dude in the middle of the war zone. But hey, fashion isn't important, right?
Get that armor on. Give that axe a few swings. I'm going to
Alright folks, here's the deal. I'm playing on Legendary difficulty, the hardest setting in Skyrim. That means that I'm taking a whopping 300% more damage while only dealing 25% damage myself. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like every single enemy is on steroids and I'm just here with the wooden spoon trying to defend myself. So it's going to make things pretty intense, especially early in the game. So it's going to be pretty crucial to have a follower. Or that, as I like to call them, my trusty meat shield. They're going to be taking the brunt of the hits while I shoot arrows from, behind a rock, shoot flames behind this crazy dude. Until my levels are up and I can actually hold my own, I'll need to distract my enemies while I am whittling them down from a distance. As you can see, I've got this enemy locked onto me and I need to stay light on my feet to avoid taking any damage. Luckily he kind of snapped onto rail off there at the last second. Kind of dancing around him, trying to get my movement down. It's going to be a big factor of legendary difficulty throughout this whole series, so definitely need followers. It's time to get down to business. I've got my trusty war axe in hand and a fire spell at the ready because these enemies are no joke thanks to this legendary difficulty. They're beefier than a Nord after a feast. Now, while I'm swinging away, I'm also hitting them with fire. Fire is a secret weapon here. draining their health bit by bit. You also get that extra burn damage. I'm talking about that 1-2 classic punch. Melee attack followed by a fiery blast. Look at those health bars. This fire isn't just for show, it's crucial for taking down these heavy hitters. I need to keep the pressure and stay mobile, because if they land a hit on me, it's gonna sting. Remember, legendary difficulty, every bit of damage counts. I can't afford to get careless, so it's all about combining those different attacks. Quick saving is going to be crucial in this playthrough. With how often I'm expecting to die, I'll be hitting that save button like every 5 seconds. And by the way, can you believe that I've gone only 5 minutes without becoming a stealth archer? It's pretty good, right? Alright, frostbite spiders. Definitely using the bow, keeping my distance, picking them off one by one. Honestly, these guys are creeps, but they're not too bad if I stay on my toes. Using a bow is really the way to go against these guys. I can kind of kite around them, you know, but it's kind of satisfying, not gonna lie. Plus, the distance gives me a way better chance of not getting hit by their little acid attacks. Alright, while we're taking care of these guys, let's talk about the plan for tackling all the dungeons in Skyrim. There's a whopping 186 dungeons to explore. That's a lot of dungeons. And that's just without the DLCs, so there's going to be actually more than that. So I thought, why not approach it in alphabetical order? It'll kind of add a nice structure to our adventure and make it easier, at least for me, to keep track of where we're at. So, you might be thinking, DeMarcus, what about the quests? Well, there might be some sequencing issues along the way. Some quests will take us into dungeons that we'll encounter out of order, but I feel like I'll just tackle that as it comes along. If we run into a dungeon before it's like quest time, we'll just take a mental note and then come back later. So the beauty of Skyrim is that every dungeon tells its own story, whether it's haunted ruin, bandit hideout. Each one is filled with its own kind of stuff. You got its own lore and plenty of enemies, different enemies to keep things exciting. So looking forward to uncovering the hidden gems that are in each location. There's definitely a bunch that I haven't been to before and sharing those experiences. Alright, that's kind of a wrap for our first dungeon. We've taken down all the enemies, gathered a little bit of loot, set the stage for what's about to come. I just want to take the time to say thank you for joining me on this adventure throughout the Skyrim Dungeon Chronicles. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next dungeon dive. Drop a comment below about which dungeon you're most excited to see. And remember, every adventure starts with a single arrow, stealth archer mode. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.
No way to know if anyone